Yeah, another interesting last couple of minutes there. I never really thought preseason games were ever interesting at the end, other than, guys fighting for spots. But I guess these kinds of pressure situations can either create what was 2 weeks ago, which was utterly terrible football, or it could create something like this. Way, 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 way better football. So, hello there. Welcome to the final preseason game. And the Chiefs were just about ready to snap their 5 game preseason losing streak. Yes, it dates back to last year. We also played them and beat them. They were right about to. They had a 17-point lead, and then they also had a 20-3, and then a 27-10, even including a blocked extra point, and they still lose. So now the Chiefs have a 6 game preseason losing streak. Does that mean anything? Fuck no. They've been to the Super Bowl in both years. But hey, a comeback win against the Chiefs at Arrowhead. I've seen this before. No, not in the preseason, but in the regular season. I was there when Jake Cutler single-handedly charged the KC season to be better. No, I'm not kidding. They won like 10 or 11 games straight after they blew a lead to the Bears in like 2015. That was a good game to go to. Shout out to the one rich guy that gave my mom free tickets. Anyway, so yeah, we're supposed to talk about that first half. So Caleb went from playing just the first two to the first 4 drives. I'd like to think of it as Ben Johnson giving him punishment because of the horrendous first drive in which, well, it was after the Chiefs just ran all the way down the field with tacked on penalties. I don't know how that works out, but sure, they only had a 40-yard touchdown drive despite starting at the 31-yard line. That barely gets you the field goal range, but a fumble on first down, Colson Loveland, false start. Come on, man. An incomplete pass, and then a pass to DJ Moore that just was not enough. And then a punt, and oh my goodness, they called offensive holding. Wah! Okay, I do have a bone to pick with the first half ref. That man has ruined many dreams of other teams because I swear he's in every single Chiefs game, at least in the postseason. I don't know. I just feel like I see him in all the postseason clips for the Kansas City Chiefs. Either my mind is blanking out all the other ones, but it's the preseason. It doesn't really matter. But then that second drive, oh my goodness. They got to the KC 39. No, they didn't. They got. Yeah, not the greatest awareness by Caleb there, and that was just the end of that. And then a field goal, and then a touchdown against what presumably was the Chiefs' backups. So yeah, Caleb played an entire half of preseason ball. And I mean, so kind of did Mahomes. I call the official final score 17-3 simply because Mahomes was in for 3 drives. Caleb was in for 3 drives. You know what? Call it even there. 17-3. That's the final score if you really care about the first team. And exemplaring that to the rest of the game, which the final drive was at 8:49. That is too many points given up by the defense. So we'll just ignore that and go on to the rest of the game, where we start out with a doink. The Titans converted a double doink today. That's not nice. But then, Chiefs touchdown drive. This game is put away pretty handily, 27-10. Turnover on downs. Yeah, Bagent was just not. It was just not good. And then 3 straight touchdown drives to end the game. just casual 20 for 28, 212, and 3 touchdowns. No, nothing special from the guy that just got extended for 2 years, 10 mil. A lot of teams were stupid for not picking him up, like, when he was a undrafted free agent. I hope they all regret it. Anyway, running backs. I don't know where Ian Wheeler was today. Apparently he just got the day off and just wasn't gonna play today. Okay, so and all the other running backs are injured. So DeAndre Swift got the first couple of touches after, well, not the first drive, but like second, third, fourth drive, whatever. You got 7 carries for 28 yards. That's our leading rusher. Brown got 13 for 27, and Freeman got 5 for 22. I'm going to be honest. I'm thinking the guy that we just signed this week is going to beat out Brown. I think I see a ceiling for Britton Brown, and I don't think it's that high. Especially when we probably think that Freeman's ceiling on this offense is a bit higher for a dude that was just signed like 2 days ago. He played really, really, really well. Like 4.4 yards per carry is like, it's okay, but then you have to factor in that Brown was rolling out with a 2.1, so that's a roundup. So yeah, and Freeman also caught a touchdown pass. So yeah, I don't know about Brown. But Walker, the man to catch the touchdown pass to finally, slay the demon of the Chiefs. Just kidding, they're not much of a demon in the preseason. Just to get him, got the touchdown. Perfect fucking pass from Bagent. Like, holy shit, that was just fucking amazing. And yeah. Odunze got 1 touchdown, and then the Freeman I mentioned earlier was, yeah. Zacchaeus played pretty well as well. Didn't get a touchdown, but got some pretty good passes. Carlson got 1 catch for 36. A pretty efficient man, I will say. Alexander had a decent game. Joel Wilson got a lot of catches for a tight end. That was also a touchdown. I think we had 4 passing touchdowns. I forget this week is all the passing touchdowns. Last week was much more of the running ones. Didn't see much of Boykin or all the other ones. Toure got fucked by a terrible pass block by Tyler Scott. Yeah, that's another thing. Tyler Scott, even your 3 receptions for 37 might not save you from the roster. Because, good God, this man cannot block on the outside. We were trying to, run screens or whatever, which, the Chiefs were running screens, so it's like whatever. It's something that you do. But, thank God the Cubs can do something. The way that he was blocking was just not right. He's a bit of a skinny boy, a 5'10", 182. So he's probably he might get the axe. He might get the axe if he's not careful within the next week. Which is sad. I kind of liked it when he was on the roster, but he's kind of overstayed his, not welcome, but overstayed his path here. Maybe he'll go somewhere else and become decent at least. Unfortunately, my Toure might also be cut. I'm sad. I want Toure to survive. But, heads up play by Zach Pickens to pick up that ball that was eventually ruled a fumble that started the 3 straight touchdowns. The defense. Oh, God, the defense. So, when Mahomes was out there, like I said, he basically could. Well, maybe I didn't say it, but he could basically do whatever he wants. And even when we got to Gardner Minshew, he still could pretty much do whatever we want because, my God, that D-line had a lot of trouble with that running game. Like, a lot of trouble. I mean, a lot of trouble. So, I don't know why. I really do not know why we had so much trouble with the running game, especially since the runs that I talk about are not involving Isaiah Pacheco, which they did eventually run out there, and he screamed for 3 carries for 21 yards. But for a little bit, like, obviously the numbers aren't that much, but that early dosage of just, like, it just felt like it was getting walled over. And then that, I have to specifically mention one guy. Nate Wright. I think I'm getting the first name right. I'm not entirely sure. Nashawn Wright. I swear there's a Nate Wright in my head and I just forget. But Nashawn Wright commits that weird penalty that I feel like shouldn't have actually been stacked, but whatever. But then he also blows coverage like 2-3 other times. And has to like heavily rely on Brisker to show up. I don't know what his status is on like the actual defensive roster, but he's apparently second behind Jalen Johnson, who is still injured, but he's gonna probably like get back to normal. So he might fall off. Maybe it depends on if we get more injuries to that cornerback position because who else am I forgetting? Oh yeah, Caleb. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, 11 for 15, 113, and 1 touchdown is okay considering that he played 4 drives. It took him like 3 drives to warm up, and the defense to get downgraded. But I don't. It's another wait and see because it's the Chiefs. They have like the best defense in all the NFL. We aren't going to face them. We're going to face teams that have defenses that are similar to them. I mean, week 1 is against the fucking Vikings. But it was the Chiefs at the Chiefs. A death sentence to most offenses. A lot of offenses. So I'm not surprised that Caleb did not do well in the first 2 drives. What I'm happy with is that he, even if they downgraded the defense, he still was able to, because some quarterbacks do not know how to bounce back even if they are against worse competition. It's kind of like, when teams go down to their second or third string in college and the quarterback still just sucks. Even if the talent level is like way down, they just cannot throw a football well. He was able to bounce back and get on those 2 scoring drives. That's what I want to see. Like, being able to bounce back even if he does suck a little. That's good. That's what I want to see. A bounce back. Not being phased by the adverse pressure of the previous drives. He was able to overcome it and be able to, get some offense, do stuff, do whatever. It doesn't really matter that he sucked in the first 2 drives against the Chiefs. We don't face him unless we go to the Super Bowl. It's fine. He'll be fine. People don't need to complain. People don't need to be, so panicky about it. It's fine. I was a bit scared, but after those final 2 drives, I'm not as scared. And I'm sure Ben Johnson really did want to not scare everyone by putting him in for the next 2. It's fine. It's fine. He didn't get injured. He showed improvement. It's fine. I'm also questioning if Austin Reed is going to make the roster. Maybe. It just depends on if Case Keenum is actually going to be healthy by the start of the season. If he's not, welcome to the regular team, Austin Reed. You'll never make it to the actual game time, but he'll be around. He'll be around. What else am I thinking of? Special teams suck, but we kind of already knew that. We need a kick returner badly. D-line could not get much pressure. The only thing that they did was pick up a ball, at least force one fumble. Cool. It's not like Zach Pickens would have made it far, so I don't care that they blew it dead. Plus, there would have actually been a Chiefs guy on it if it wasn't. So, thank you, refs. Thank you, refs, for actually helping us. What was the weird thing was that they switched like main referees at halftime. I don't know if that's I just never noticed that with the other games, or if that's just something they do in preseason. Which, I mean, is a good thing. Get some other guys some actual practice. Especially if that guy's first year. Whatever. He did the mic well. I'll give him good boy points for that. Hold on. Give me a second. Yeah. Maybe next year the Chiefs will be able to actually win a preseason game. And no, Chiefs. No. The regular season is not preseason, even though you keep saying that. The playoffs are not the regular season. If they were the regular season, then you would be able to continue playing if you lost. It's also not a cup match either. I get it, but yeah. I don't know if there's really much else to say other than 2-0-1 is nice. It's not perfect, but it is undefeated, and I think that, let me just look at the standings, that guarantees us a NFC North victory. No matter what the Packers' score is, we will be able to hold our heads high with the second most amount of points for in the NFC and a 2-0-1 record. So not bad. And yeah. I don't know what my microphone changed, but it stopped sucking, so that's good. What's the other thing? Next week is the Nebraska game, first week. I will not be able to actually make a video on that day. I will make it. It just might be on Sunday. Now, hear me out. I'm going to the game. I know. We got tickets sometime near Christmas, and, fuck it, go in there. We're going to go, see some family down there. And the other reason why it's waiting until Sunday is that there's a wedding on Saturday involving one of my cousins. So, go be there. It's kind of weird having, because I'm like one of the older cousins in this family, but yeah, just going to a wedding there, which is why we're staying there until Sunday. I think we're staying there until Sunday. I don't think we're going back after Saturday. If we are, cool. No, we're gonna be coming back on Sunday. So I'll make it then. And then wait, shit, is that what I think it is? Yes, I will also be making the other game. Cubs just won. Fuck yeah. I will be making the Cubs recap on that day as well. So yeah, I will see you guys next Sunday. And praise be that everything is alright. Alright.